This video is about to be low budget as fuck because I'm horrible and I always forget to record.
And I keep a big bank. Oh, I think they like
I bought this car back in September and it used to be a drag car. This car came from Pennsylvania and I wanted to use it to be my next drift car. It had its own little quirks at the time. This thing was completely stock other than the motor, and it has a sump tank. I was having troubles with the carburetor. I couldn't get the car where I wanted it to be. These cars do come EFI, but all that shit was deleted, and it was running off of a ABS2 carb. We thought there was something wrong with the carb, so I went and bought another one, put another one in here. Never fixed the problem. No matter what we did, no matter what we tried to fuck with, we couldn't get it to run right for what we were trying to do. So here's where we are now. We just got a huge fucking package from Ace EFI. This is their KILLSHOT 1 EFI carb, but this thing's fucking sick. Love everything about it. The kit came with a pre-loomed wire harness. So all I need to do, essentially, for the majority of everything, is just plug it in. For the most part already, most of my engine bay is already gutted from whenever I did the long tube headers. And I just wanted to clean up all the other wiring issues that this car had when I had first got it. I mean, you look at this thing for 2 seconds and you're going to see tinfoil and random tape and bare wires. Just, this was a nightmare. Everybody told me to just put the car back to the OEM EFI. I couldn't. After looking at this wire harness, and this is only like half of it, I was not trying to go down that road. I was just going to have even more problems. So we went from an EFI car to a carbureted car to another carb to now an EFI carb. So yeah, it's nonsense. But here we are now. It's not going to all be done today. Rob already left for the day and he does way more wiring than I possibly ever could have. He's going to be helping me install and run most of the wires to this stuff, because I will be honest, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at half the time. So yep, stay tuned. I also just came home from Nashville and I could not miss the opportunity to pick these up. These are real old school NASCAR boom tubes. These will be going on the Mustang as well. When, I have no idea, but I'm going to try to get these on here as soon as possible. So stay tuned for that. It's going to sound fucking rowdy and I'm all for it. What's up, guys? This is day 2 now. I'm stripping apart the wire harness right now. I'm going to add some clips in here in a second. If you don't know how to wire, don't. Personally, I think wiring's pretty easy, but there are simple things that you can fuck up. This is much more than simple things. Obviously, I'm not stupid comfortable with wiring, and that's why I have Rob help me with stuff like that when it gets a little more complex. Like, I want the car to run properly the first time. I don't want to have to go back and backtrack things. And I just want it to look super clean. Like, I ran the harness that we got from Ace today. I tucked it. Everything looks great. But there's a few more things that we need to add on to or extend, and that's where his expertise comes into play. So I'm going to show you guys what was wrong with the wire harness that I just pulled out of the car. I didn't do any of this. This came from the previous owner. Don't buy other people's projects. That's like my number one rule. I did it because I wanted something new, and I got it for a crazy good fucking deal. But you never know what you're getting yourself into.
Good evening, afternoon, one of those. So we got the old injector harness and whatever became of it. And now we have this, nicely terminated. And yeah, this is our distributor plug that we just terminated everything from the injector harness, everything we didn't need. And this will go to the connection at the firewall for powering everything. Yeah. EFI. There's some things that just blow my mind. Like, there's obviously having a fire hazard, other issues for shorts that just make headaches. But in my life, like my 10 years of wiring shit, I have never seen someone run an exposed wire with like grease wrapped in tinfoil. What the fuck?
All the way down this fucking harness.
Bro, look. Foil.
no offense to anybody's dad or anybody's dad's friend, but fuck old people. If anybody over the age of 35 tells you that they know how to fucking wire, don't. That should never be on carpet to begin with, but it just keeps going. They routed it with the seat harness, and then we got whatever this is going on up in here, so ignore those are what we're running. But yeah, all that there's more duct tape and more shit and red to black and all types of fun shit in here. It's just there?
It's just unterminated, all of it. Look, right here. It's just looped. Look, right here.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's not going to anything.
So it had an MSD box, but never had an MSD box.
Who fucking knows? But look at this. What in the meth?
Wait, so how is it running?
I don't know. Because look, this is all of it. This is all that black wire you saw, right?
Yeah.
Is labeled. The ignition, this was the box or something.
But it wasn't even fucking plugged in is the problem.
No. Dude, this thing sat for a while with these wires out. Like, this is years. This is like 2-3 years. It goes right behind this main loom into the door. I do it for the love of the game. 12 volt over here on the fuse panel.
All right. So we got the ECU mounted. We're just gonna leave it down here for now. Just make sure nobody kicks it. That way we can keep an eye on it and make sure no crazy lights come off of it or anything. But now all we're doing is running our ignition 12 volt. So everything turns on whenever it keys on. And after that, this thing should be running. Well, ye shall see. All right, well, the hard part is done. Temporarily, we do have the positive and negative for the main ECU just routed to here for now. That way we can see that everything was working properly. And it does. Everything kicks on. Everything's working as it should. We haven't started the car yet because we ran into another issue. This was our fuel line before. We have a regulator here. Have it running the hard line. And then if I go back down underneath the car, it goes back to this rubber line and then to the fuel pump. So obviously we don't want to do that. We're going to run 6AN braided. And as soon as that's done, this thing should fire up. So I think that's going to be the end of our video for now. And hopefully by this weekend, we should have this thing all cranked up.